years old, you idiots!
Is your grandmother rebellious? Don't laugh and say no to that question just yet, as there are indeed some crazy grannies out there who laugh in the face of the law.
You're a police chief. You're the chief. Oh, God.
Instead of baking cookies and gardening, they're speeding away from officers and are picking fights. You probably won't look at your own elderly relatives the same way when you see what happens when grandmas think laws do not exist. Martha Al-Bishara in Chatsworth, Georgia. Back in 2019, one particular old lady was reported to have been trespassing on private property. The end result was shocking, to say the least.
Chatsworth for 26, 10-4.
Chatsworth for 10-4, I'm out with them.
Bad puns aside, 87-year-old Martha Al-Bishara was spotted in the yard of a North Georgia Boys and Girls Club. Why? Well, she was picking flowers with a knife. Talk about being a bit too keen on gardening. The police demanded that she drop the knife, and since she clearly did not, she was tased.
Why did you not stop?
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Stop.
Communicating with Al-Bishara was difficult, as she could only speak and understand Arabic. According to news outlets, she was acquiring flowers for a salad to serve up for her 71-year-old husband.
I'm scared for her. She have a heart problem. Please.
Have a seat. Have a seat, ma'am.
Yeah, we did.
Al-Bishara's daughter and granddaughter appeared on the scene to help translate for the officers and their grandmother, who mentioned that she has a problem with her heart and that she needs someone watching over her.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm really sorry. But you have to understand, she's an old lady, and she's not in harm or something. Please. My dad, he's a have very bad situation with the heart.
Why is she by herself?
With my dad, and I just went back home to bring some food.
You need to always have somebody here at all times.
That's what we have to do. Sorry about that, but she gone by herself. Who won't translate to her, please? Let my daughter go with her, please.
It's clear that her loved ones are very supportive and concerned for this elderly woman, and that it was all likely a big misunderstanding due to language barriers and communication issues. However, that doesn't stop these officers from doing their job and taking the old woman to the back of their car to be transported to jail, where she faced charges of obstruction of an officer and criminal trespass. Deborah Hamel. We're going from a sweet old granny to a rebellious one in this next video. In 2019, an elderly woman from Cashin, Oklahoma, was caught driving a vehicle with a busted taillight. In the United States, this is a traffic violation that often comes with a not-so-pleasant $80 fine.
It's been hit, and we're waiting to see if I can't find a bed for it, a short bed. It's drivable.
Yeah, but it's not legal because you got a busted taillight. You got your driver license and insurance on you?
65-year-old Deborah Hamel here is not happy with receiving a citation and fine to go alongside, and starts to get defensive, which, of course, is not the wisest thing to do when approached by an officer.
Well, I did issue for a defective equipment. It's $80. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there with the Exodus.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well, I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months. You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All right.
If that's all you want to do.
Go ahead and step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
Step out.
No.
Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
Looks like this gangster granny is sticking it to the law. Or maybe that's just how she sees it. It's always funny when someone responds to being told they're under arrest by saying, "No, I'm not," which isn't exactly going to persuade a police officer, is it? Soon enough, Hamil locks her car doors and shares a few final words before bolting off.
I'm placing you under arrest. Step
You
out.
are full of because you're not placing me under no damn arrest.
Step out.
No, I'm not. No, I am
305,
not.
303. Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
Do you want me
Step
to-
out.
And the chase is on. A few minutes later, the officer caught up with Hamil and got her to stop her truck in a parking lot, refusing to get out. Even when the officer was pointing a firearm before approaching, she remained inside the vehicle.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I am not. You better leave me.
Put your hands behind your
Leave
back.
me alone.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Now.
Hamil was tased after she tried kicking the officer during her arrest, all the while refusing to keep her arms behind her back. After being put in the back of the police car, she explains her reasoning for taking off, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Why didn't you take off?
Because I knew that you would arrest me. and
I wasn't going to. All you had to do
Yes,
was
you-
sign a ticket.
But can you just listen to me a minute? Do you know that nobody wants to come to Cashin for any reason whatsoever because they know it's going to be an $80 fine for some dumb something all the time?
Well, when you're driving around like that, where do you think you can go driving around and get away with like that?
Guthrie, Kingfisher, because I'm going through Kingfisher right now to go to Loyal.
According to Kingfisher County documents, Hamil faced a charge of misdemeanor resisting arrest, alongside a felony charge of battery or assault and battery on a police officer for allegedly kicking him in his privates. Rena Mellerson, over at Towson in Maryland. Back in January of 2020, 76-year-old Rena Mellerson forcefully got in the way of what was intended to be an arrest of her granddaughter, Sierra Floyd, for disorderly conduct. This old woman is determined to keep the police out of the house.
She can either come with me tonight, well, she's got to come with me tonight. She's here, I know she's here. So I don't want to make this a bigger thing than it is, but her behavior was out of line, and it's being
Grandma,
solved.
don't you open that door. No, Grandma,
She's in the house.
Don't you open that
I don't want
door,
I don't want
'cause by
anyone.
law,
I don't want any
I ain't do
confrontations.
nothing.
She's under arrest. She's lawfully under
Well,
arrest.
close the door. Close the door,
Do not
Grandma.
stop.
Sir.
The only thing keeping Floyd from being arrested is the door, and the unwilling grandmother, who is by no means cooperating with what the officer has to say. Floyd makes the mistake of coming downstairs, where the officer whips out his taser.
Stop!
You gonna tase
Get
me?
back!
You better not
You are
tase
under
that
arrest.
76-year-old
You're lawfully on.
grandma.
I want to tase anyone. Stop it!
Grandma.
Stop!
Grandma, he's trying
Stop!
to tase Grandma.
10-3, please. Step them up.
This crazy old woman positions herself in the doorway, trying her best to prevent the officer from entering. Unsurprisingly, Floyd flings baseless accusations against the officer before things get even crazier. All the while, the grandchildren can be heard crying in fear from within the household.
He ain't listening, Ma. This is he's racist. He's not trying to hear. Stop. He got his foot in the door. Stop.
Ma'am, could you please
Call
get out of the way?
911, baby.
I do not want to have to arrest you.
Okay, why you gonna tase him?
I'm not going to tase her.
Then
If she
put the
comply,
taser away
if
then.
you comply, no, this is not how this works. I'm not going to
911.
jeopardize
He
myself.
already already.
Could you please just get out of the way? If she just gets up and comes with me, everything's fine and this is over.
She said, just come and go with him. Go with him. We'll get you out. Come on. All right. No.
The door is slammed onto the officer's foot, and he blasts a bit of pepper spray within.
My foot is stuck in the door. You're both going to get up.
Move your foot. Move your foot. Cause you ain't got no move, Grandma. Move. Move.
Step him up.
Stop. That shit's
Step him
enough.
up. Step him up.
Grandma.
This Step him up,
He
please.
might want to move then. Move! I told you this guy ain't got nothing to do with you.
Ah, my foot is in the door, you idiot!
Move it then. Move, brother.
Get back!
Good thing he had his bacon on him, as that was enough to pry the door open and access the house. A second officer arrived on the scene as this was happening. Eventually, Floyd does come out of the house and is arrested.
You're...
You gonna come in my house for a drag?
Come out! Be easy with her, easy.
I didn't do nothing.
Easy!
What's going on, man? You're okay. Just bend over. Interlock your fingers now. You understand basic English? Interlock your fingers now.
It's okay.
You can't help but feel sorry for the kids who were petrified about what was going on. At least he still insisted to his fellow officer to be careful with Mellerson, since he was elderly. Nonetheless, Mellerson was charged with second-degree assault, interfering with arrest and obstructing and hindering. Floyd, alongside her pre-existing charge for disorderly conduct, faced the same charges. Cheryl Henderson. In Palm Coast, Florida, things took a wacky turn after a hit and run. To start, take a look at this peculiar clip. That's not your eyes playing tricks on you there. It's a man holding onto a car by the front. The driver, Cheryl Henderson, was actually the person who caused the hit and run, while an innocent bystander who tried to stop her from escaping is the man hanging onto its bonnet. That's crazy.
Hey, yes, are you injured?
No, I'm all right.
Were you on the hood of the car?
On there.
Okay.
He did that.
All right, relax. We're gonna sort it all out.
I hope so.
Why don't you come out of the roadway? I can talk to you. Come on over here.
I'm sorry.
Come over here and talk to me.
Another cop on the scene managed to speak to the victim of the hit-and-run collision, who shed some more light on what happened back there.
Okay. So what happened over there then?
Well, I was in the lane going straight toward US 1.
Okay.
She was in the lane beside me over here, and it's a straight lane, and she turned, hit the front end of my truck, and then she started hauling butt. So I pulled in front of her and stopped her, but she wouldn't stop. She kept trying to get away. So I got in front of her, and she tried to run me over, so I got it. When she took off, I got on the hood of the car. She wouldn't stop, and then this guy, he pulled up, he's seen her, and he was chasing us down the road, and finally got her to pull over. She was speeding down this road. She had to be doing
How fast do you think she was going down here?
Excuse me?
How fast do you think she was going with you on the hood?
I'd say at least 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour. You could ask him. He was in the truck right beside us.
And you definitely saw her see you on the hood?
Oh yeah, I came up and talked to her in the window.
I know, but like before...
Oh yeah, I said, stop, I'm going to fall off. And she said, that's your problem.
Okay.
Henderson was questioned as well. According to her, after the accident, he wanted to get away from the traffic when the victim jumped on the hood of the car. Her story sounds a little different than what the victim had to say.
But why did you make it from here all the way to there with him on the hood of the car? Why didn't you just pull over?
He wouldn't get off the car. He says, well, now you're going to get sued because you're gonna hurt me. I'm going to hurt him.
So how much further were you going to go with him on the hood
To
of the
that
car?
gas station. Oh, I was gonna go to the right side.
Henderson was arrested and charged with leaving the scene of a crash along with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. After being taken to the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility, her $20,000 bond was posted, and she was released the next day. Mere days later, she was arrested yet again, this time on an unrelated battery charge. Terry Lynn Wright. Back in 2021, countless millions were forced to practice social distancing in public places because of a certain illness going around. Anyway, this angry granny in Galveston, Texas was told to leave the store for not wearing a face mask. So, the police were called in.
If you refuse to leave, you're going to go to jail for trespassing.
You can't. You want to read this? These are my
I'm not going to ask you again.
These are my federal rights.
Grab your stuff. Let's go.
65-year-old Terry Lynn Wright is denying that she's creating any problems by going against the store's mask mandate and even began loudly reading out her rights from her phone when the police officer here entered. Why is she so surprised she's getting detained? Did she really think that was her ticket out of that mess?
What are you doing?
Don't jerk away from me.
Listen to me.
Don't jerk away from me.
You see this?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. You see this? You know where it
I
came
do.
from?
Turn around.
You know where it came from, ma'am?
Turn around.
Okay, I hope everyone's filming this because this is a major violation.
Listen, I don't want to hurt you.
A major violation.
It seems one of the cops actually recognized Wright from a previous incident involving her causing a fuss.
Terry Wright.
Oh, you were a lady the other day causing issues in Galveston.
No, I was a lady the other day. Following my rights.
You didn't learn your lesson in Galveston?
What are you doing?
Taking your bag off.
Oh, wow, lady. That's my business.
It's officer.
I'm sure she must have seen herself as a martyr or a freedom fighter than an elderly Karen in this encounter. Charged with criminal trespass and resisting arrest, search, or transport, Wright was taken to Galveston County Jail with a total bond of $2,500. Grenadine Rupper. In our final video, we have an elderly granny who does not want to take responsibility for her actions. This all went down in Mundelein, Illinois, in 2021.
You didn't signal till you after you stopped, and then you passed the line there. Are you? And then you hit this curve over here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm like, all these people are like flashing lights all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
80-year-old Grenadine Rupper here may seem like a kind old lady, but her demeanor shifts in the opposite direction drastically after she left her car.
I had one drink.
Okay.
One drink. And you know what? If those people serve one drink that's so strong, that's not my problem, okay?
That one drink you think possibly caused you to be impaired, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
Talk about an awkward Freudian slip. In short, yes, she is impaired. The strong smell of alcohol are certainly red flags, yet she is insistent that her drink that she had 3 hours prior did make her impaired. Or is that didn't make you impaired, Granny? As for the sobriety tests, Rupper refuses to participate and is consequently arrested.
What?
I'm gonna have you walk 9 heel-to-toe steps down a line in front of you.
I can't. I'm 80 years old.
Okay.
I can't do that, okay?
Would you like to try? How about I demonstrate? Hang on one second, ma'am. Ma'am. Hang on. Nope. Hey. You're not done. Come back here.
I just did it.
I'm trying to explain the test. Please walk back over here. If you don't want to do the test.
I'm 80 years old, you idiots.
Okay.
What
Do you want to provide a breath sample or not?
No.
Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Nope, ma'am.
Don't kick me. Don't kick me.
Stop kicking me. Stop.
Even after being cuffed, Rupper keeps kicking the officers and flopping around. Eventually, the feisty octogenarian was taken to the station with charges for reckless driving, DUI, and battery, though all of these were dismissed after she completed her court supervision. Who would have thought that even old grannies could be such a pain in the for the police? Do you know of any grandmas who got themselves in trouble with the law? Drop your stories in the comment section. We're always up for a fun read. As always, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and checking out the other videos on screen now. Until next time, thanks for watching, and steer clear of any troublesome grannies out there.